Class 6, good morning. After liquid, the other form is gas. Gas is a state of matter that have no definite shape, no definite volume, and can flow in all directions. Is known as gas. The gas has no free surface. It fills up the area or space where it is available. Like liquid, we cannot cut the gas into pieces. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen are a few examples of gas. Now we will read about what makes these things solid, liquid, or gas, or what are the factors that are responsible for this formation. There is a theory of practical nature of matter, regarding which this appearance occurs. As all the matters are made up of small particles of atoms and molecules, the arrangement of the particles in the molecules of the object make it solid, liquid, or gas. The arrangement of the particle is different in three states, mainly due to some reasons. The factors are interpractical force, interpractical space, Darwin motion, and diffusion. What's the interpractical force? The force of attraction or repulsion that exists between the particles is called interpractical attraction. The interparticle force of attraction is known as coercive force. Now, in a solid, the shape is fixed and definite volume because the density of the molecules is very much. The particles are very closely packed to each other and there is no particle space among them. So it cannot, the solids the molecules cannot move freely, so the solid also cannot move freely, and it have got a definite shape. Whereas in liquid, the spaces are much more, and so they can move. They are not fixed as in a solid, and they are not strongly held in fixed position as solid, so it cannot get the shape of a solid, whereas it is taking the shape of a liquid. The existence of the interparticles of matter is called the space between the two particles is known as interparticle space. Now in liquid, the space is much more than in the solid. That's why the liquid can flow in directions, whereas because the molecules they are not compressed to each other. Liquid have, so as there is space in the between the molecules, they do not have a definite shape. They take the shape of a object in which it is poured or kept. Now, where in gas, the space between the molecules is much more than that of the liquid, and that's make the gas light and which give it the space to flow. As there is, the space is more than the liquid, than the solid, so it cannot be compressed in a very large extent, and so it is not coming in a solid form. If the space was less, then it would have been formed as a liquid or solid. What is Darwin motion? In a liquid, the particles, they move in any direction and they get clashed or bombarded with each other, and this random movement of the particles in any direction and getting bombarded among each other is known as bombarding motion. The bombarding motion is slowest in the solid because there is no space between the molecules. where because the particles are tightly packed, whereas in liquid it is much faster than the solid and much slower than that of the gas. That is why liquids can fit in any container, whereas the solid they cannot. They have a definite shape. Particles of gases move more fastest of all they have and the largest as the space is very much in both the molecules, two molecules. Hence, gas can expand or fill a container completely. If left open, gas escapes out. If you keep that's why when we are using gas for cooking, it is told that we should switch off it, because if we do not switch off if the fire is going out, then the gas will blow away or go away. Therefore, gases do not have because of this flowing away, gases have to be checked and used properly. Diffusion is the intermixing of substance by the natural movement of the particles, and is called diffusion. Diffusion occurs when two substances are kept in contact with each other. The particles of one substance move into the interparticle of the other substance. Diffusion in the solid is extremely slow. Like gold and lead pass together, it takes few years to show them diffusion. Whereas liquid diffuses quicker than solids. When a drop of ink is added in a bucket of water, you can see that it takes the spaces in these molecules and move down faster. Oxygen diffuses into our blood and lungs. Gases diffuses very fast. The fragrance, like when we use perfume, it spreads in the air very fast, and that's why we can smell the fragrance in the room. If we stand at one place, the whole room starts smelling, as the diffusion occurs very fast.